Season 1 for Black Ops Cold War is now available, and I teamed up with Sean and Lewis. We played for about 5 or 6 hours. In general, we did have a lot of fun, but I think we only had so much fun because it was a group of mates playing a game together. Even the worst of games, they always seem to be a lot more fun when you're playing with friends. But there are a lot of problems, some that are really old, that just need fixing. Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, all the different companies haven't bothered looking into some of the stuff that really needs changing within these games. So the first one, and I don't know if any of this has been changed because Cold War has had an update since, but when Season 1 dropped, me and Lewis both own Cold War. We tried playing through that, and we were not able to actually load Warzone. It still loaded up Modern Warfare, but it got stuck on joining game session, and we were just unable to play, so we had to directly load up Modern Warfare in order to play Warzone. Oh, and yes, I thought I'd add it in. Me and Lewis are sweaty, getting ourselves a kill whilst we were flying into the map. Next up, and I don't know how many of you know this, but they've kind of integrated both games together. So that means there are all the weapons from Cold War available when you are playing Warzone in general, even if you're playing on Modern Warfare. And I did notice that the Cold War weapons are dropping way more often than Modern Warfare weapons, which I don't think should be the case. They should have done the weights of the weapons and how often they drop, like their rarity. They should have balanced it a lot more than what they did. Some of the weapons have just been duplicated. I don't know why they've done this, but when you load up Warzone now, you have 2 different types of 1911s, and there are 2 different types of MP5s. They're exactly the same gun. They obviously work a little bit different from how Treyarch and Infinity Ward would design them, but you now have duplicates of some of the weapons. And not only that, you have an entirely new category being tactical rifles, and for whatever reason, you have the AUG and the M16 in the tactical rifles when they're really not tactical rifles. So I had a look through the Season 1 pass, and at best it's got mediocre gear. A lot of the stuff isn't even worth your time. There's lots of mixtapes for the vehicles and everything, which I've never agreed with in the first place. But if you head over to the paid store, where all the real money bundles are, obviously it's packed to the fucking rim with all the nicest camos and stuff. I really think they should have put a lot more effort into the Season 1 pass, because my opinion, not worth the money at all. Not only that, but there's a new map called Rebirth Island, and there's a little like season pass thing, like it's basically an event. You have different tiers and you complete challenges and everything, and you unlock this stuff, and the only weapon skin they have available, because most of it's emblems and calling cards, the only weapon skin you have available is what I'm going to title Identity Crisis, because if you look at the weapon, the barrel and the muzzle are green, the drum mag is like a wasteland sort of nuclear sort of theme to it, and then you look at the stock and where the scope is, and you've got this, like, these white skulls, and you've got this, like, virus symbol sort of thing. It's just an absolute mess. It's the most disgusting camo I've ever seen, and that's all they chucked in with that, like, little pass that comes with Rebirth Island. So none of their passes or tier systems or anything are worth it, in my opinion. But moving on to another thing, and this still hasn't changed, they've not sorted out the gas mask animation. It stops you firing when you're taking the mask off. It's incredibly annoying. It should never have been in the game in the first place, but that happens, and it almost cost us a win yesterday. We only had 1 win. We placed second 3 times and we come third once. We did have like a lot of bad games. There was 1 game we come 49th, but the gas mask animation needs to be sorted. They have to do this, because it literally, that can be the difference of winning a game and losing a game. It's terrible the way that animation works. Another thing, for whatever reason, they still force you to use crossplay on Xbox. PlayStation, you can turn crossplay off, but Xbox, no, you have to have crossplay on. What makes it even worse, someone sent me a message playing on Xbox. It's a game clip of someone cheating. So because crossplay is forced on Xbox players come across PC players, they do need to give Xbox the ability to turn crossplay off, because it's not fair having Xbox against PC. I wouldn't mind if it was forced across all platforms, but PlayStation have the ability to turn it off. So either force PlayStation players to use crossplay or turn it off for Xbox. Next up is, I don't even know what happened with this properly, but Sean had self-revive, me and Lewis were both completely dead out of the game. Not downed or anything, we were dead, lost our gulag. And for some reason, Sean started to self-revive and it instantly got him back up. But there was like most wanted and stuff. There was no jailbreak, but for some reason me and Lewis both spawned back into the game. I can't remember the conversation we had about it, but it was weird because there wasn't jailbreak and it just literally randomly spawned us back in. And then my final point for this whole thing is please, pretty please, just bring back my fucking gulag showers. The new gulag is hideous. It is horrible to play in that bloody arena. And not only that, the weapon choice. I think it was 3 gulags in a row, because I go there pretty much every single game. 3 in a row, I had dual-wield deagles. I don't want to use those weapons. It's either that or the 725, and with the different tick rates and stuff in the game, and the like peeker advantage, like all the different cameras and how they work, it's just so stupid. I shot someone at the same time they shot me with a 725, and for whatever reason I died from the one shell and they didn't. Like, I don't know what's going on with this game, but there is a lot of stuff that doesn't seem to work efficiently, and just in my opinion there are so many problems. Like when we clicked on play again after the game ended to go straight into the next match, they kicked Sean out of the lobby completely and me and Lewis just got stuck. So we all had to end up going back to the main menu and search for a game manually instead of the game automatically putting us into another one. But yeah, that's my opinion. As I said, we did have a lot of fun. But there are issues, so I raised the concerns. And I think a lot of this stuff needs changing, especially the forced crossplay, the gas mask animation, the stuff that's been in the game for a long time that doesn't need to be there, that really shouldn't be there. But we did have fun, we did enjoy ourselves. I wouldn't personally recommend paying for the Season 1 pass, but at the end of the day, if you enjoy playing, you play every day or whatever, then go for it. I don't think the stuff that they've given for this season is worth it. But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this in the comments. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.